Ladies and gentlemen, there is a power, a mystery, a rhythm in the unspoken language of women in love. It's not written in words, it doesn't need a translator. It's carved into the air, painted in the glance of her eye, carried in the sound of her laughter. You don't see it, you feel it, and if you're lucky, you'll learn to listen to it. A woman in love speaks with the tilt of her head, with the way her fingertips linger just a moment longer than they should. When she walks into a room, she doesn't just enter, she brings her essence, her fire, her quiet storms. Her love isn't loud, but it doesn't go unnoticed. It's in her silence, her patience, the way she makes space for you to become who you're meant to be. But don't misunderstand me, this isn't just softness, this isn't fragility. This language is strength. It's the kind of strength that doesn't boast or beg. It's the strength to endure, to build, to forgive, and to fight not just for herself, but for the people she loves. And let me tell you something, when a woman loves, she doesn't just give you her heart, she gives you a piece of her soul. That's why her unspoken language isn't just about romance, it's about trust. It's about sacrifice. It's about showing up day after day, year after year, when the world gets heavy, and the easy thing would be to walk away. You'll see it in the way she dreams for you. She dreams beyond what you can see for yourself. Her love pushes you to rise higher, run faster, and dig deeper. It's not about her saying, I believe in you. It's the way she looks at you like you're already there, like you're already enough. Her unspoken language is wisdom too. It's in the way she listens not just to what you say, but to what you leave unsaid. She understands the weight you carry without asking you to explain. That's because a woman in love doesn't just hear you, she feels you. And in feeling you, she teaches you to feel yourself. There's a reason they say women hold up half the sky. Because when a woman loves, she doesn't just see what is, she sees what could be. She nurtures that potential. She fights for it. And through her unspoken language, she calls it forth, turning possibility into reality. Let me ask you this, how often do we take the time to honor that language? To pay attention to what she's saying when she's not saying anything at all? If you don't know, let me tell you, you're missing something extraordinary. A woman in love communicates in ways that transcend the limitations of language. It's not about the words she speaks, but the silent messages embedded in her every action, gesture, and expression. This unspoken dialogue is rich with emotion, carrying a depth that words could never fully convey. It is in the way she looks at someone she loves, a gaze that lingers just a little longer, soft and steady, as if to say, I see you. There's no need for a declaration because the intensity of her love is etched into the quiet moments. When she touches your hand, it's not just a touch, it's a story, a promise, an anchor in a storm. It's as if her fingertips carry the warmth of her heart, transmitting care and reassurance in a way no sentence could. And then there's her smile, not just any smile, but the kind that holds secrets, memories, and an unyielding faith in the bond she cherishes. That smile is a testament to her ability to love deeply and without reservation. Her actions become her vocabulary. When she cooks a meal, it's not just food, it's nourishment for both body and soul. She folds her love into every ingredient, into the act itself, creating something far greater than a dish. It becomes a gesture of care, a quiet whisper of affection. When she adjusts your collar or brushes lint off your jacket, it's not about tidiness, it's a subtle way of saying, I'm here and I care for you. Even in silence, her love speaks volumes. She might sit beside you in a moment of difficulty, saying nothing, yet her presence is louder than words. In her quiet companionship lies an unwavering support, a steadfastness that tells you you're not alone. And when she sacrifices, giving up something small or great for the sake of another's happiness, she does so without drawing attention to it. Her love is in the act itself, in the willingness to put someone else's needs ahead of her own. A woman's love is patient and observant, attuned to the details others might overlook. It's in the way she remembers your favorite things, your quirks, your dreams, and your fears. She doesn't need to announce her love because it's evident in everything she does. Her unspoken language is her gift, gentle, profound, and immeasurable. When a woman in love steps into a room, it is not merely an arrival, it is an unveiling of her presence, an introduction of her essence. Her energy has a way of filling the space, of subtly shifting the atmosphere. There is something magnetic about the way she moves, not in an attention-seeking way, but in how she carries the quiet confidence of someone who knows the power of her love and the depth of her emotions. Her presence is more than physical, it is a spiritual and emotional resonance. You feel it before you see her, as though the room recognizes her essence before the eye catches her form. It's in the way she exists unapologetically, rooted in her authenticity, and unshaken by the noise of the world around her. A woman in love doesn't need to announce herself, for her energy speaks louder than any words could. Her essence is her gift, a combination of her inner fire and her gentle calm. It's in her laughter, light and genuine, carrying the warmth of someone who loves deeply. It's in her silence, thoughtful and deliberate, never rushed, as though she's savoring the moment or reflecting on the many layers of life. Her essence is her ability to make others feel seen, valued, and understood without having to declare it outright. When she is near, you notice how the world feels a little less chaotic, how time seems to slow just enough for you to catch your breath. Her presence doesn't demand attention, but it commands respect, not through force, but through grace. It is in the way she holds herself, in the steadiness of her gaze, in the quiet assurance she radiates. And yet there's an element of mystery to her essence, a depth that draws you in without ever fully revealing itself. You can spend a lifetime in her company and still feel as though there is more to learn, more to uncover, more to cherish. This is not a facade or an illusion. It is the complexity of a woman whose love adds dimension to her being. Her presence is not static, it evolves with her love, growing more profound as her emotions deepen. Whether in her laughter or her silence, her strength or her vulnerability, she carries her essence like a quiet storm, unpredictable, transformative, and utterly unforgettable. Strength in love, when embodied by a woman, is a force that is both transformative and enduring. It's not the kind of strength that seeks to overpower, it's the kind that withstands, nurtures, and uplifts. It's a quiet, unwavering resilience that shows itself not in grand gestures, but in the consistent, everyday acts of care, understanding, and commitment. A woman in love doesn't just endure the storms of life, she faces them head on, anchoring herself and those she loves through turbulent times. Her strength is in her capacity to adapt, to bend without breaking, and to find solutions where others might see only obstacles. She does not wear her strength as armor to keep others out, rather, she uses it to build bridges, to connect, and to protect the people and relationships she holds dear. Her love is strong because it is selfless yet never self-erasing. It's a balancing act, giving without losing herself, supporting without enabling, and loving without condition, but with clear boundaries. She understands that true strength in love is not about dominance or control, it's about partnership, equality, and mutual respect. Her love does not seek to diminish, but to amplify, encouraging growth and celebrating individuality. There's a fierce kind of bravery in her love, too. It takes courage to open her heart fully, to risk vulnerability, and to trust another person with the most tender parts of herself. Yet she does so willingly, knowing that love, at its best, requires honesty and authenticity. Her strength is in her willingness to be vulnerable, because she understands that real connection cannot exist without it. Even in moments of heartbreak or disappointment, her strength shines through. She knows how to hold space for grief, how to heal from wounds without hardening her heart. She learns from pain without letting it define her, using every experience to grow stronger and wiser. Her strength in love is also evident in her ability to forgive, not out of weakness or obligation, but from a deep understanding that forgiveness is a gift she gives herself as much as anyone else. It's not about forgetting or excusing, but about choosing peace over bitterness and moving forward with grace. Her strength is rooted in her empathy, her ability to see beyond her own perspective and to connect with the emotions and needs of others. This empathy fuels her love, making it not just a feeling but an active force that creates, sustains, and transforms. It's a love that stands tall, not because it is loud or demanding, but because it is steady, unshakable, and true. When a woman loves, her commitment is not a surface-level promise, it is a soulful devotion that runs deeper than words or formal vows. Her love is rooted in her very essence, woven into the fabric of who she is, and how she chooses to show up for the people she cherishes. It's not fleeting or conditional, but enduring and profoundly intentional. Her commitment begins with her decision to invest not just her time, but her spirit into the relationship. She doesn't merely go through the motions, every action she takes is imbued with thought, care, and meaning. Whether it's the way she supports her partner's dreams, stands by them in difficult times, or quietly ensures their needs are met. Her love is evident in the smallest of details. She understands that true commitment isn't about grand gestures, but about showing up consistently, day after day. Her love carries the weight of understanding that commitment is not always easy. There will be challenges, moments of doubt, and even times of pain. But a woman with soulful commitment approaches these difficulties not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to grow stronger together. She doesn't shy away from the hard conversations or the uncomfortable truths. She faces them with courage, knowing that honesty and openness are the foundation of any lasting bond. In her soulful commitment, there is also an element of sacrifice, not in the sense of losing herself, but in the willingness to prioritize the well-being of the relationship and the people she loves. She understands that love often calls for compromise, for putting aside personal convenience to make room for shared goals and mutual happiness. Yet she never sacrifices her sense of self. Her commitment is as much to her own growth and authenticity as it is to the partnership. Her devotion is not passive, it is active and dynamic. She doesn't wait for love to happen or fade, she nurtures it, feeding it with care, attention, and a deep awareness of its fragility. She knows that love, no matter how strong, requires tending like a garden that must be watered, pruned, and protected from. And above all, her soulful commitment is unconditional. It is not based on perfection or performance, but on a profound acceptance of the other person as they are. She loves wholly, flaws and all, seeing beauty in the imperfections and potential in the struggles. Her commitment is not to an ideal, but to a journey, to walking hand in hand with her partner through life's joys and challenges, with her soul firmly intertwined in every step. A woman in love possesses a remarkable ability to see beyond the surface, beyond what is immediate or apparent. Her belief in the person she loves is not just rooted in what they are today, but in the infinite possibilities of what they can become. It is a love that sees potential even when the other person might doubt themselves. A vision that acts as both a mirror and a light, reflecting back their worth and guiding them toward their best self. Her belief is not blind, it is discerning and deliberate. She understands the flaws and imperfections of the one she loves, but chooses to focus on their strengths and the qualities that make them unique. Her vision is not about creating an idealized version of them, but about nurturing their growth in a way that feels authentic and empowering. She sees greatness where others might see mediocrity, and she holds on to that vision with a quiet determination. This belief is transformative. When she loves someone, she becomes their strongest advocate, their unwavering supporter. She dreams on their behalf when their own dreams falter, reminding them of the heights they can reach and the depths they can overcome. Her belief is not just in their success, but in their journey, in their ability to rise after every fall, to rebuild after every setback. Her vision often extends beyond the individual, encompassing the shared future she imagines. She doesn't just dream of the here and now, she sees the long road ahead, filled with challenges, triumphs, and possibilities. She plans not in a controlling or rigid way, but in a way that creates a foundation for something lasting and meaningful. She envisions a partnership built on mutual respect, trust, and shared purpose, and she works tirelessly to bring that vision to life. Her belief and vision are not passive traits, they are active forces that shape her actions and decisions. They inspire her to encourage, to push gently but firmly when needed, and to celebrate every small victory along the way. She becomes a source of strength, a reminder that no dream is too big and no challenge too great when approached with faith and determination. Her vision is a gift, a lens through which the one she loves begins to see themselves differently. In her eyes, they find not just admiration, but a reflection of their potential. It is this unshakable belief that often makes the difference, giving them the courage to step into the future she has always known they were capable of creating. A woman in love carries within her a rare and powerful gift, the ability to deeply empathize with the person she loves. Her understanding of others goes far beyond mere sympathy. It is rooted in a profound connection to their emotions, their struggles, and their dreams. She listens with her heart as much as her ears, grasping the nuances of feelings and unspoken words that often go unnoticed by others. It's not just about hearing what is said, it's about sensing what isn't. Empathy, in her love, is a bridge. It allows her to connect with another person on a level that transcends mere communication. She doesn't judge or rush to fix, instead, she sits with the pain, the joy, the uncertainty, and the triumph. Her love is in the space she creates for the other person to be fully themselves without fear of criticism or rejection. She allows them to feel what they feel, no matter how complex or confusing, and stands alongside them, offering her presence as a steady and comforting anchor. Her empathy leads her to understand, not just with her mind but with her soul, the complexity of human emotions. She knows that feelings are not always clear or easy to express, that there are layers beneath the surface that need time to be revealed. A woman in love will never dismiss the quiet moments, the pauses in conversation, or the moments when words fail. Instead, she'll recognize them as opportunities to show deeper care. She knows that sometimes the most healing thing she can do is simply be there, offering her energy without expectation of anything in return. This understanding creates a safe space for the person she loves to grow. She doesn't seek to change them or push them into becoming someone else. Rather, she accepts them fully as they are, flaws, fears, and all. She understands that love doesn't require perfection, it only requires authenticity. In her eyes, there is no shame and vulnerability, no fear of revealing the cracks and imperfections. These are the very things that make a person real, and her love embraces them with compassion. Her empathy extends beyond just the person she loves. It becomes the lens through which she sees the world. She understands the struggles of others, the unseen battles that people face every day. Her ability to empathize with not just the person she loves, but with humanity as a whole gives her a depth of understanding that is rare. She is not just a listener, she is a healer. Her love, rooted in this profound empathy, becomes a force of connection, nurturing and comforting everyone in her orbit. Through her empathy, she not only helps the one she loves understand themselves better, but also teaches them the power of self-compassion. Her love allows others to see that to be fully understood, to be accepted, and to be seen for who they truly are is one of the most healing gifts life can offer. A woman in love possesses a transformative power that is both subtle and profound. Her love does not simply exist to change things. It has the ability to shape, uplift, and inspire not just the person she loves, but the world around her. This power is not about domination or control, but about the quiet influence she exerts through her belief, her patience, and her unwavering support. When she loves, she doesn't just accept things as they are, she envisions what they could be, and through her love, she brings that vision to life. Her transformative power lies in the way she sees potential. She sees what others might overlook, the spark of greatness hidden beneath the surface. She is the one who believes when no one else does, who encourages when others hesitate, and who nurtures when things seem impossible. Her love inspires those around her to reach beyond what they thought was possible, to strive for something greater. She doesn't need to say much. Her actions alone show that there is more to be found, more to be achieved. This transformation is not always immediate or visible. It doesn't always show in grand gestures or dramatic changes. Sometimes it is in the quiet moments, the way she stands by someone through the hard times, offering support and guidance without expectation. Her love is steady, like the steady flow of water that gradually carves through rock. It may take time, but over time, it reshapes the very essence of the person she loves, helping them to discover strength they never knew they had, resilience they never imagined, and hope they thought they lost. Her love doesn't just change others, it transforms her as well. It strengthens her, deepens her understanding of herself, and enhances her capacity for compassion. Through loving deeply, she learns to understand more fully the depths of human experience, the complexities of emotion, and the power of vulnerability. This love doesn't leave her stagnant, it pushes her to grow, to evolve, to be better. And in doing so, it transforms the dynamic of the relationship itself. Moreover, the power of her love is not just in the way it changes individuals, but in how it ripples outward, touching everyone in her life. She has the power to shift the atmosphere of a room, to create an environment where growth, understanding, and healing can happen. Her love fosters connection, encourages collaboration, and ignites creativity. The world around her becomes better for having known her love. It is this transformative power that makes her love extraordinary. It is not passive or fleeting, but active and enduring, ever evolving and ever expanding. Through her love, she changes not just one person, but entire communities, shaping a future where growth and love are not just possibilities, but realities. Silent recognition is one of the most profound ways a woman expresses her love. It's not about grand declarations or overt displays, it's the quiet acknowledgement that speaks volumes. This kind of recognition doesn't demand attention, but offers it, not through words, but through presence, through the way she makes the other person feel seen, valued, and understood in the deepest, most meaningful way. In her love, she recognizes the worth of those around her, often without saying a word. There is a depth in her gaze when she looks at the one she loves. It's a gaze that doesn't just see the surface, but looks directly into the heart, recognizing the person for who they truly are, flaws, complexities, and all. In that moment, there's no need for validation because the recognition is already there, silently communicating that she understands them at their core, beyond the masks they wear. This silent recognition is incredibly powerful because it removes the need for explanation. She simply knows. Her recognition is also in the small, everyday things. It's in how she notices the tiredness in someone's eyes before they say a word about it, how she understands when they're struggling, even if they haven't spoken of it. She sees what others might overlook: the silent burdens they carry, the quiet victories they achieve, the subtle changes in their mood or demeanor. This recognition isn't forced, it's instinctual. She picks up on the subtle shifts and responds, often without needing to ask questions. Her understanding is rooted in observation and empathy. There is also an unspoken recognition of potential in her love. She doesn't just see someone for who they are today, she sees them for what they could become, even when they don't yet see it themselves. She recognizes their dreams, their fears, their abilities, and quietly supports them in stepping into the fullness of who they are. She doesn't push them into a box or try to shape them into an image of what she thinks they should be. Instead, she recognizes the uniqueness within them and encourages them to embrace it, helping them realize their potential in her quiet but unwavering way. This silent recognition extends to her relationships as well. She often understands the dynamics at play: who needs space, who needs encouragement, and who needs a gentle push forward. She sees and acknowledges the contributions of others, even when they are unspoken or unseen. Her love doesn't seek praise or reward for the recognition she gives. It's a selfless act, simply aimed at making the other person feel valued and appreciated, knowing that sometimes the deepest connection is made not through words, but through quiet, unspoken understanding. In her silent recognition, there is no need for validation because the love she gives is built on the belief that those she loves are already enough, just as they are. She simply recognizes their worth in a way that transcends everything else.